Hello everyone and welcome back. Got several things going this morning. I'm going to be barbecuing up a chuck roast that I'm going to cut into strips and some spare ribs. Getting some stuff cleaned up and burned in the fire pit. I had this battery that I hooked up to the fish house camper yesterday morning. Thought it would have ran out. I hooked up the one solar panel on the right yesterday. And then this morning I decided to hook a second one up because I don't know anything about solar panels and I'm just learning. And it was sitting out here, the battery thing, last night, the whatever, solar charging station, whatever they're called. And it ran it from 10:30 yesterday morning. And we came out here for a couple hours, watched a movie, had the electric lights on, everything. Shut it all down, kept the furnace, the refrigerators going in there. And then I left it overnight and it got, real cold. And this morning I come out here and it was still at 7%. I was like, holy crap. So then I set up the solar panel again because the sun was coming up. Hooked up the second one and it's maintaining on there. So now it's kind of a thing with me to see how long it can keep going. Because we really want to incorporate some solar into running some of the stuff that's in the house. Since I don't know anything about it, I have to start learning somewhere. It's supposed to get to 44 degrees today. Yesterday it got to 50. Tomorrow I think it's 42 or 43, and then the bottom drops out and we're into the cold. Highs in the 20s, lows in the teens. But it's been nice this last week, it really has been. I'm gonna go in and get that meat seasoned up and get it thrown on the grill. Melissa was gonna make biscuits. And even talked about it this morning, and it's going to take her 2.5 hours to do it, and there's not enough time. So they won't be ready for lunch. And then she made her sourdough starter, the discard, whatever the stuff is you throw away. She's been making crackers out of it, and they're really good. So she put them in, and then was talking to Brandon and stuff, and lost track of time, and one of them got burned. So she's not sure if she wants to do anything else today. I have the pork spare ribs in there right now. It won't be too long and I'll put those strips of beef on there also. But I better get some wood in the boiler. I filled it up last night, maybe, 8:30, 9 o'clock, but it got pretty cold last night. She still had several hours more to burn, but what's that?
What greens are we gonna have with it?
Oh, probably some of them seasoned greens. I can run down and grab.
Are they up here or down there?
Down there on the bottom shelf. Well, this afternoon I had all that stuff from hunting that was in the garage that I opened up after duck hunting to dry out. And then I never really have to go in there, so tonight it's still pretty nice out. It was when I came out, it's probably 38 right now. It was like 41 when I came out. And nice day to get it done. With the cold coming at the end of the week, I'm not going to feel like doing that anymore. And all my hunting stuff goes right up in this front corner all the time. Now that deer hunting is done, all my guns can go inside. Get everything ready for winter. Well, like every year, all the stuff that was in the tent has to come home and goes on the shelf, and then next year I'll buy new stuff for up there. These vegetables is full. Still have room for more. Good morning, everybody. It only got down to 32 last night. I didn't put a whole lot of wood in here last night. And it just got done with the burn cycle. That's why we got the blowback when I opened the door. Well, what I'm trying to do now, since we have a halfway decent day here, is get this apart. You can kind of, I don't know if you can see that. That's not how a belt is supposed to look. And last year it happened when I was just starting it up and trying to use it just to make sure it would work for winter. And I never used the snowblower last year, and I wanted to, but once it gets super cold out, it really sucks working on this. And I suppose I could have brought it into the workshop and stuff, but I had enough stuff going on, and I just plowed everything out. But sometimes it's nice to use this to get into like the chicken coop, get along the edges and everything. So I want to get new belts on this one. And on my Husqvarna here, I want to bring this in. I think that one actually holds there for a long time, but you can see it's getting cracked. And over here, it's totally off. So I'm just going to bring them in and tell them to put tubes in there, or new tires or something. I got a new tool set here because after so many years my other one is missing parts. And when I buy them, I never, I see no reason to spend all the money on expensive ones because for me, these work just the same. So, that is nice. Now if I can just keep everything together and not grab a wrench and go somewhere else. This is actually a really nice wrench set. Pulling those 4 screws did absolutely nothing for me. That doesn't get me into the belt, but at least I can take a look at this thing. The thing looks pretty good. Well, I guess we'll put that back together and go up and split this thing in half. I knew I had to split it to take the auger one off, but I really thought that this back, or the drive belt, I would have to get into the bottom, but apparently not. Deep one. My old tool set like this was a Master Force. This one is a Beaver, and it has so many more pieces to it. I needed a deep socket right here, and it's got one. I also like how it has 1/2 inch, 3/8, and the 1/4 inch drive. My other one didn't have that, so I'm always running to the workshop looking in my toolbox trying to find the right ones. I watched a video on how to split this thing and everything, but and replace the it had for the auger belt, but not that back belt. So I come out here and I have this nut right here, or bolt, that I put in there so I wouldn't forget where it goes. And then it was like, oh no, it's been a whole year. What did I do with the cover? But the cover is sitting right here, so we're good. I thought when I cleaned the garage, maybe I had tossed it out, not knowing what it is. That video said to be real careful of these cables, so I suppose I don't want to get anything kinked. And I think now it'll just split apart. There we go. So I can see how to get that belt. Wow. check this out. So this is the auger belt that goes around this. This one back here, try to get that, is so screwed up that it jumped over here, and it should be back on this pulley. I wonder if I'm going to have to take this off to get that belt on, or maybe I can slip it in there. I guess we'll find out. Okay. So that is the auger belt, which is chewed to crap also. Wow, what a cluster, what a mess. How does that even happen? I guess I gotta get this forced out of there somehow. All right, well, part number is readable on this one. Oh, come on. Not readable on this one, but I was watching a video, and I think it was the same one, and it told me what kind I needed, and I took a picture of it. Oh yeah, that'll come off easy. I've got a tiller, garden tiller. I can get this to come out. I can't get the tires to come off the shaft. I beat on them things and everything. I think I need to, I can't remember if I sprayed them in there or what, but I would have liked to use that, but I can't get it to come off like this. All right, I can fix me up there. There we go. All right. Well, I'm going to run in there and see if they have what I need. I'll be right back out. Well, at least if it snowed tomorrow and the tractor wouldn't start, I can get a path to the road. Really didn't burn all that much wood today at all. Maybe you can see that better with the light off. It just got done with the burn cycle. Once we get some snow on the ground, I'll probably start throwing a few pieces in the sled and pulling it over, but for now, easy enough just to walk it. Melissa's doing the outside cats right now. She usually does those, and I go do the boiler. Good morning, everybody. Time to get the furnace going in here so I can do some work out here today. 18 degrees this morning. I'm going to let things warm up out here for a while, and then we'll come out here and build that little heat chase thing. Didn't burn a whole lot at all last night. Well, I had to do some running this morning, and now it's almost lunchtime. I get some of my tools out here. It's toasty. I came back out and turned it up. 68 degrees in here. Furnace is off. I guess I need to track down a ladder because I'm going to have to get up inside the rafters here and figure out how tall I want to make this. Like I need to get tall enough to be able, I think I have 5 heat ducts that have to hook into it. And we don't want to get too high because I need to be able to blow insulation over that or somehow insulate it once it's set up in there. Well, Melissa's going to call me pretty soon on her ride home from work. Brought Annie out here. She was pretty scared to come in here. She has all kinds of courage when the other dogs are with her, but when she's by herself, it's a little bit different. Let's see when Melissa's leaving.
What do you think? You scared in here? You little chicken?
Well, I talked to Melissa on her way home, and then I was just in there hanging out with her. It's dark so early, but I needed to come out and do something because I've got that top open. So I kind of just want to continue on with what I'm doing a little bit here. I hope my idea works. This little hole saw set, I bought it off of Amazon. It's a name I can't even pronounce. It might not be the fastest, but I've used this for so much stuff on this project and some other projects that it was like $14. That really paid for itself. So I have 5 runs that have to go to this thing. And I'm thinking the longer runs I'm going to keep up on top because most of your air pressure is going to beat up against here and go to the earliest out. The ones that are a little lower can be the shorter ones. And this one's all by itself. And this is going to be the longest run right here. This one goes to the one that's by the front door. And what I did was the shorter ones are going to sit right on top of here. And the 2 longer ones I made 4 1/4 inches longer so they can slide down. Like I said, if we ever convert this and hook up propane to it, I would pull that off and get a metal one made. I still want to get a metal one made, but right now I can't find anybody to do it. So we're going to do it this way, and I think this is going to work just fine. I mean, this is hot, 180-degree water going through it, but that's not going to burn wood. That's all I'm going to do for tonight. The next thing I have to do is to cut the hole into the ceiling, and once I do that, then I have to get all this set up. I'm hoping to put 2 of the sides together first and then slip it in there if I can by kind of bending them and getting them up in there. And then the other 2 I'll be able to get in. I'm putting these 4 together with screws so I can pull it apart easily enough, but I don't want to have to take the ductwork off the furnace again to slide the furnace out. If I did that, I could put this all together in one piece. I wonder if that would be a shorter amount of time. I can't remember. I don't know. I mean, how do I get back behind there? Anyway, if I can get the two sides together, the back and this right side, and then slip that up through the hole I have marked once I cut that, then the other two I could just slip in and be able to screw those off. But almost there. I just don't want to do it right now because I probably have, well, first I want that caulking to dry on there, and then I probably have an hour and a half until everything's hooked up and running. Well, like I said, we'll come at it tomorrow, hopefully. I've got a load of wood coming in the morning sometime, supposedly. 4 cord of my 12 cord cut up stuff. It was supposed to come last weekend. He never ever got back to me, and now he messaged me and said if he could do it tomorrow morning, which is fine. Tomorrow is Thanksgiving, but we are going to be celebrating Thanksgiving on Friday because with Melissa working all day today, she has to cook like pretty much the whole day to get that whole meal ready, all the side dishes and everything. So we'll see what happens. I'll have to come out and fill up the boiler, and right now it's about 6:45. I don't know, 2.5 hours. Be burning a little bit more wood having the heat turned up in the guest house tonight. That floor is so much warmer than it was last year now that it's all insulated. Good morning, everybody. 14 degrees outside right now. I think that's the coolest we've had. I don't know, tonight it's supposed to get down to 10, so we'll for sure get down into the single digits. I just turned up the heat so that it can get a little burst in here before I shut this down. And I want to make it perfectly clear that this plenum, or whatever it's called that I'm making, is temporary. I will pull it out eventually and put the metal one in, but I'm not worried about anything burning right now, and I want to get even heat in all of the rooms for when we come in here to do painting and stuff like that this winter. Otherwise you get so much heat right here and you're blowing it out like this here, but the front bedroom is still a lot cooler than it is in here. So, and I'll have a perfect template. I can just pull it, bring it in and say make this out of metal, and they can do it. I was inside talking to Melissa this morning, explaining what I'm doing out here. And she's like, are you going to line the inside with metal and stuff? And I said, no. I said, I'm going to put this in right now, and then later I'll have a metal one made. And we're going back and forth on it, and I'm thinking to myself, this is exactly what comments are going to be like on the video. I better make everybody know perfectly well that this is eventually going to get switched out. She starts talking about, well, isn't this going to get really dried out? What if there is moisture and it can rot in there? And it's like, it's only temporary, so I can keep going and everything is nice and even in here. Well, I think I'm going to plug the furnace in because my next half hour is going to be working up in the rafters, so I might as well shoot some heat up there. I have all the heat runs, the little cover things pulled out of there and the plastic cut off. And now I'm going to have to go up there, which is going to be tight quarters, get that part screwed together and hook up all of the insulated heat ducts. And then we should have heat coming out of all of these. I'm not even going to tell you the language that was used up here to do this. Where's my light? I had to scrunch down in there. I'm not as good at scrunching as I used to be. Everything's hooked up. Now I'm going to get some, I've got some of that R38 insulation. I'm going to throw a couple of bats over this, and then when I blow, because I won't be blowing the insulation that high, but I want to get the top and everything covered with insulation right now, so I don't have to do it later. I got good hot air coming out of this one. This is a real short run, so when we put the grate over that, that one can be turned down some, so not, you know, this bathroom you'd be cooked out. That one blows real good. That's got warm air. I mean, this isn't a very big building, so. That's got nice air coming out of it. Yeah, that one does too. Not with quite the force as that bathroom one, but if we close the bathroom one down just a little bit, it'll put a little more in here. Oh, I think that's it in here for a while. I think I'm gonna go out and I haven't filled up the boiler. It's 10:30 in the morning now. Okay everyone, well thanks a lot for watching. It's nice and warm in here now. Furnace is shut off. Every room, like this one, feels the same as this room. Very nice. I will see you guys on the next video.